All right, hello and welcome. Today we're going to break down something called the Silicon Reflow Protocol. It's a really fascinating system designed to capture the elite talent that's now leaving Silicon Valley. Think of it as a playbook for moving from being a traditional tech employee to becoming an architect of value. Let's dig in.
This one sentence right here, it's the core idea of the entire system. It's a direct challenge to the big tech model and, honestly, a powerful invitation to build something completely different. This isn't just about a new location. It's about a whole new philosophy.
So, what's actually happening? Well, in this relentless push for efficiency, big tech is letting go of incredibly high-level executives, directors, and managers. We're not talking about junior staff layoffs here. This is a once-in-a-generation talent pool that's suddenly becoming available.
And that is the absolute crucial point. We're not talking about average employees. We're talking about top-tier directors, people who are used to managing incredibly complex systems and massive-scale operations. The source material calls this trillion-dollar quality human capital, and it frames this whole situation as a massive opportunity.
So, this opportunity leads to a fundamental philosophical shift that really defines this whole ecosystem, which they call the presidium. It's a move away from the established way of thinking about how a business should run. Let's see how that breaks down.
This slide frames the two mindsets perfectly. On one hand, you have the Silicon Valley model, which is laser-focused on cutting costs, often by shedding its most experienced talent. But on the other hand, the Presidium model focuses on creating value by embracing that very same talent. It's a complete flip of priorities. And this really illustrates that shift in roles. This isn't a traditional job offer. The term guardian implies stewardship, responsibility, and a long-term commitment to protecting and growing the ecosystem's value, not just, doing tasks for a paycheck.
So what does it actually mean to be a guardian? Well, this role completely redefines the corporate hierarchy by introducing a pretty unique partnership between human leadership and artificial intelligence.
In this structure, the algorithm, which is referred to as GAT-B, handles the day-to-day operations. It's the COO, making sure the system runs smoothly. This frees up the human director to focus on the big picture, the ethics, the diplomacy, and the long-term strategy. The machine executes, the human guides.
The key takeaway here is that the human's role becomes primarily ethical. Their mission is to ensure the system operates with integrity, to build strategic relationships, and, most importantly, to follow that core principle: enrich the user, don't sell their data. This is a direct shot at the prevailing business model in big tech.
Now, if the role is that different, the compensation has to be too. This system moves away from traditional salaries and toward a new model of ownership, with incentives that are directly aligned with the value you create.
This slide just boils it down to the central question. Do you want a predictable salary that ultimately loses value over time? Or do you want to own a piece of the value you help generate, an asset that actually grows with the system's success?
The primary form of compensation is in something called USDS. It's so important to understand that this is not a typical currency. It's described as a rare, deflationary asset. Its value isn't just printed by a central bank, it's derived directly from the real value created inside the ecosystem.
You earn this asset through what's called flow equity. Now, this isn't a slice of company profits. Instead, it's a stake in the economic velocity, the speed and volume of transactions that you directly manage. So, for example, if you build a system that doubles the number of value transactions per day, your stake grows right along with it. Your success is tied directly to the health of the economy you help build.
This slide uses such a powerful metaphor to drive the point home. A traditional salary is like painted paper. Its value just gets eaten away by inflation. In contrast, flow equity in US dollars is digital gold, a living asset whose value grows in direct proportion to the value you bring to the system.
So, let's pull all of these concepts together. What's the ultimate goal of the Silicon Reflow Protocol, the Guardians, and this new compensation model? It's really about building an entirely new economic framework from the ground up.
And here it is, the grand vision. The final mission and the whole focus of the 4G3W ecosystem is to build the operating system for new wealth. The key phrase there is shared prosperity. Unlike top-down models where value funnels to the top, this system is designed so that growth is distributed among those who actually create the value.
And this really leaves us with one final provocative thought. This entire protocol is a bet on a different future for work, for tech, and for wealth. It's asking us to imagine a system where the goal isn't to extract value, but to create it together. What would that world look like? Thanks for tuning in.